Welcome back to Bets and Regrets, where the champions have been crowned, the parlays are still losing, and the confidence remains dangerously high. This week, the Knicks finished the job against the Spurs in 5 and brought home a title to New York, while the Hurricanes take down the Golden Knights in 6 to take Lord Stanley Cup back to Carolina. We're also diving into all the fallout from UFC Freedom 250, including the biggest winners, losers, and busted betted slips from the card. In college football, we got the Brendan Sorsby saga continuing to make headlines. Plus, we got our dogs of the week and the weekly locks that will either make us look like geniuses or have us taking shots the next episode. Grab a drink and forget about last week's bets. Let's get into it. I'm Brogan.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Nick.
And talking about shots, I got plenty of them this week. Once again, I messed up the parlay of the week and was the only one to do it, so that's an extra shot for me. Tapuria and Gaethje did go over 1.5 rounds. Shout out Gaethje for winning that. We'll get into that later. World Cup, Argentina and Mexico money line in both their first games. Lionel Messi had a fucking hat trick, and Mexico took care of business against South Africa. So that was like a free plus 104 bet, as free as they ever come. What was not free for me last week was Knicks money line in Game 3. That was the single game of the series that the Spurs won. However, that did give us the opportunity to watch, well, kind of watch Game 5 at Sean's bachelor party. So that was worth it. I guess the shot will be worth it. And then the parlay of the week, I had Alex Pieta to beat Cyril Gahn. And Cyril Gahn knocked out Alex Pieta. So that's unfortunate. So yeah, I got 3 shots. I'm going back to the Wisconsin vodka that tastes terrible. We should leave it to the Russians. And I'm going to choke these down.
I'll go next. And yeah, we watched a solid half of NBA Finals basketball that really wasn't that good. It was a rock fight, but don't matter. All right, so I went 2-2 here. First one was Karl Anthony Towns, 11 plus boards, and this is a night where literally all of the Knicks starters had I think like 5 plus boards. Josh Hart led the team, I think, with 9 or 10, and Karl Anthony Towns finished with 8. So just if a couple of them bounce his way, I'm looking at a 3-1 night. Couple other things go a couple different ways. I'm looking at it again, another 4-0. We're close on a lot of these. Next one that hit for me, Padres money line against the Reds. This one was an absolute. It was a grinded out game for a while, and I think the Reds at one point took the lead. Padres came back storming and ended up taking care of business late, so that was cool. The other one that didn't hit for me was the Bo Nickel O'Malley Tapuria parlay. Now, O'Malley and Nickel took care of business, and Tapuria, what I thought was the can't miss slam dunk, excuse me, leg of the parlay that was going to hit, that did not get home. And again, like Brogan alluded to, we'll be talking all about the Freedom 250 aftermath and fallout and such coming up here, because boy, do we got some takes. But that one didn't get home. And my parlay of the week leg got home with Lopez Garcia over 1.5 rounds at minus 125. And that was about as close to an over sweat as you can have. I think he took care of business at in the second round, about the 2-minute 40-second or something around there. So that one was, shout out Diego Lopez getting it done and taking the coldest picture I've seen in a minute. Standing up, just doing the "Are you not entertained?" gladiator on top, but looking at the White House. It is incredible. But we got 2 shots. I still got this Cal Alegre Tequila Blanco. I'm going to get this shit done hopefully quick.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. The most volatile sports bettor. Woo! I just did the count. I have had, since the off season has started, I've had 2 4-0 weeks, and I've had 2 0-4 weeks.
That's a whole month of going 500.
Dude, that's just how it'll be, man. So
that's crazy.
I know, it's just volatile. Either it's feast or famine. Last week was feast.
Visitor's got to follow Nick on a good week. Get some money.
Dude, it's just like when I was doing spreads. Like, there was weeks where I fucking nailed most of the spreads, and then other weeks where I just fucking floundered.
That's betting, baby.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
So, very first one is the Hurricanes. Obviously, congrats to the Hurricanes for winning the Stanley Cup. It's not much of a surprise to me because they've just been absolutely dominant. They ended off the final game was 3-0. They scored each of the last quarters, whatnot. The Hurricanes have just been dominant. Looking a
Quarters?
Periods.
Periods.
Quarters?
Sorry, periods. There's only 3. I don't know. Sorry, I talked about
Do
football.
3 quarters make a whole?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting that the fucking Hurricanes in the postseason, they went 16-3 throughout the entirety of the postseason, I think, if I did my math right. And they lost 2 to the Golden Knights and 1 to the who was it? Who they played? The Canadians? No, was it the Canadians that they played before that? Or was it the Wild? I can't remember now.
It was not the Wild.
No, it wasn't the
They
Wild.
beat the shit out of the Wild.
Fuck. Whatever. Either way, they ended up in the playoffs going 16-3, which is just fucking batshit.
They did lose game 1 to the Canadians because that was the game. I think I locked them in that game, and that was one of the games they lost. So
I'm drinking a Coke today because I have no shots. But yeah, so congrats to the Hurricanes.
What's that bottle behind you?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
you could potentially, give yourself a shot.
You got like a Truly or something over there too.
Hey,
No, that's a Sun-Kissed.
question. If I go 4-0 in a week, don't I give out a shot according to the rules?
To this guy
Okay,
right here.
Sean, just because it was your bachelor party, you can tab another one. Just for me.
All right. I need it.
And then Hurricanes and Knights, yep. Then the WNBA raced to 10 points in quarter 3 with the Dream. Man, that's what I said. I said watch out for it. They
Was watching that game, and I stepped away for like a minute, and then both teams scored way more than 10. I was like, one of you guys can figure out who won this. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah,
and I did count that up, and I think like it was gonna lose. The other team had like 8 points. Then I think the Dream or the Fever, whoever you bet on, the Dream, scored like 4 or 5 in a row to cash it. So
yeah, buddy. And then we doubled down on the Hurricanes money line just because I was a true believer in the Storms, baby. We have another WNBA bet coming up this week. But yeah, going 4-0 feels great. I would hedge me this week. I would definitely not follow me because now I'm going to go 1-3. I think is what historically I've done. I'll go 4-0 or I'll win all my bets and then I will like lose most of them the next week, I think.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Last weekend was Sean's bachelor party, and boy, was it heavenly. We got to watch the Knicks take down the Spurs. Well, at least the first half of that game. And,
talk about a team that went 16-3. The Knicks went 16-2 on their storied run because they got beat by the Hawks twice. Or no, they went 16-3 as well because they got beat by the Spurs.
Did. They got beat by the Hawks twice, and then the Spurs once. How do the Spurs consistently get out to such a good start in every game of that series, and then find a way to just give it up? Like, I see that happening once, and you're like, sure, that happens. They're a young team. You can explain it away. But it seemed like almost every game was Spurs jump out to a first quarter lead, and then the Knicks just come back. Like, how can the Spurs not figure out how to hold a lead?
Yeah, I found that very interesting. I think it was the first game. No, the second game. I mean, they were up both games anyway, but the second game was that Wemby boneheaded play where he should have just took it up the court and tried to get a last-second shot, but couldn't, and then fouled. So that one, I mean, you can just chalk it up to the moment got a little too big for him, and he vowed to kind of come back, and he did. He ended up winning game 3, but even that one was a roller coaster. I mean, white knuckling it if you're a Spurs fan. I completely understand that. the Bucks and Packers and Brewers consistently can't hold leads. So I mean, it sucks. I think just can chalk it up to a little bit of lack of inexperience, and I mean, all their guys are still anywhere from 18, 19 to 22. De'Aaron Fox is the leader in that, and he hasn't had too much. This is, I mean, the most pressure that he's ever faced. The Kings made it They made it out of the first round for their one good season with him and Sabonis. Otherwise, that's the most pressure that he's had. But I mean, he looked really good that game 7 in OKC. He was able to get his shots, but I don't know. He looked a little slow. That sprained ankle might have caught up to him, and I personally thought that they should have been playing Harper. But obviously, I know why they can't do that. It'd just be turmoil in the locker room, and I mean, this Knicks team is truly something special to watch too. I mean, they're playing for each other. It's just selfless basketball, good defense, and I mean, the players improved each round. I thought it was awesome to see.
Well, yeah, and Game 4 obviously has been talked about a ton, but the Spurs are up 29, and they lose. They're up 20 with 9 minutes left in the fourth and lose. Like, that's just obviously changes the series, but you go from being potentially 2-2 in the series with a big road win for the Spurs to being like, I don't know. I feel like our intramural basketball team could be up 20 with 9 minutes left, and we could chew the clock and get out of there with a W.
Run some swing pass offense.
Right. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I feel like I'm happy for the Knicks, good for New York, but I feel like we were robbed almost of like an all-time series because the Spurs just couldn't figure out how to win a game. I mean, obviously they won one game, but like I feel like this series could have been all-time if it kept going further.
Yeah, I know our friend of the program, Jack, who was on here talking about the NBA that playoff previews couple months ago. Check that video out on YouTube because I don't think it's doing too hot. But I think he was saying this weekend that he's like, we look back in history, we're going to just kind of gloss over how good the Spurs team actually was. I mean, they won 60-some games, but to go down 4-1, essentially a gentleman's sweep to this Knicks team, I don't know. And this is going to be their worst version of this team. Everybody's going to come back a year older and more experienced in the postseason. And I mean, as long as Wemby can play 35 plus minutes and not get hurt, and everybody's able to actually participate the entire season, I think they're going to be fine. They're going to be right there again, just competing with OKC. So we'll see.
Well, I've been smirking here because stats department just looked up how many views we have on that YouTube video where we brought our friend of the pod on to speak about the NBA playoffs. There's a fat goose egg. Nobody has watched that episode. So if you could do us a solid and at least just have it play for like 10 minutes, we bring out a guest and he doesn't get any views.
If it was Jason, it would have broke records.
Yeah.
The algorithm loves Jason.
Yeah, Nick.
So funny.
You got anything to comment on the NBA Finals?
No, nothing. Nothing really. I mean, I was a real casual of ball this postseason because I could literally give a fuck about it at this moment. To me, I didn't care enough about ball to watch it too much. So I have nothing constructive to really add to the...
Does this finally elevate Jalen Brunson into like being one of the top players in the NBA?
I was just going to say, 45 points when your team scores 94 in an absolute rock fight. I would say so. That's about as close to like what Giannis did a couple years ago, putting up 50 in a Game 6 closeout game when the team scored like 106 or 103 or something. Absolutely. I give that dude all the flowers. I absolutely love watching Jalen Brunson play basketball. He's a wonderful.
Well, yeah, speaking of wonderful, Nick, you called it before the playoffs started, I believe. Carolina Hurricanes are going to win the Stanley Cup, and they did, in fact, do that. Mm-hmm. So do you want to gloat and share your thoughts on how good of a run the Hurricanes just had?
To gloat about it would just kind of be disingenuous, in my humble opinion, because like they were the favorite. Yeah. They were the favorite going into it, so it's just like.
And you never gloat about anything, so I understand. Yeah,
no,
very humble guy.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like I was just picking the heavy favorite because they were just that fucking good. You know, uh, it was like picking the fucking 20 or like the '07 Patriots to win the Super Bowl. Obviously, they didn't win it, but like a team that's been like absolutely dominant the entire regular season, and then you get to the postseason and you're expecting, um, more of the same, and that's exactly what we got out of Carolina. So I wasn't surprised. I was impressed that they had like. Did I think that they were gonna go 16-3 over the postseason? Fuck no. That's incredible. Okay, I don't know where that stacks up all time, but this has to be one of the greatest postseason runs by any NHL team. It has to be up there in the history books. Because they were just that fucking dominant. And if when you watch them, you'd be like, wow, they can really just turn on and dominate a game.
Hmm.
And they were like that the entire season. So it was fun puck to watch, because they had a lethal combination of offense and defense. Um, I don't know where contracts sit at this coming year for the Hurricane. So I'm curious if they're going to be able to keep to this group of guys together, and if they're going to be able to keep this group of coaches together to be able to continue to absolutely dominate the league. But they've been so dominant for the past couple of years. It's been a real delight to watch them. So
Hmm. Yeah, well, and the Golden Knights won Game 3 in double overtime. Uh, Brandon Bussey came in late in that game because I think the Golden Knights got out to like a 3-0 lead, or even 4-0 or whatever, and then that's the game the Hurricanes came back to tie it, and then it went to two overtimes and the Golden Knights won it. But Brandon Bussey came into that as their goaltender, and
Flustered.
I am so flustered now. This Wisconsin vodka is
Busty's
just,
on your mind or what?
yeah. Brandon Bussey came in as their goaltender in that game. Obviously, he ended up giving up one goal in that game, but he hadn't played since like April, like middle of April. Didn't play at all in the playoffs. Frederick Anderson was their playoff goalie. Brandon Bussey comes into that game. They lose that, but then they win the next three. They were down 2-1 in the series after game 3, and then Brandon Bussey takes over in net and wins the next three goals or next three games for them. And in game uh 5, or no, game 6, which was the clincher, there was a shutout. He had a shutout. They won 3-0. So um I don't know. It doesn't get talked about because it's like hockey, but it's kind of almost like a backup quarterback coming into a playoff run and like leading the team to the Super Bowl. Maybe not 1-1, but pretty damn close. So pretty insane for Brandon Bussey to just hop in to that series and kind of just take over. So, all right, that was just my
All
hot
right.
take for the NHL. Sean, you got anything you want to add to the Stanley Cup?
No, I mean, it was just. I'm bummed out that this time of the season. I mean, the NBA playoffs just finished up. The NHL playoffs just finished up. We're getting into the doldrums of the baseball season, which I mean, I know I'll be still locked in, but yeah, I mean, all we got now is like the baseball, the World Cup, and UFC fights every weekend. So,
Yep. Well, yeah, let's maybe talk a little bit about NFL news. I don't know if there's been a ton in the last week since we've had the pod, but uh, Jonathan Cooper is in some trouble for the Denver Broncos. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I believe he allegedly violated a protection order that was filed on him following a domestic violence arrest that he had. So not a good look for Jonathan Cooper. And I haven't really heard anything lately. Does anybody know the status of Josh Jacobs and his DV situation?
I
well,
don't
let me
think
see.
the charges were pressed.
Because that story came out real hot, and I feel like there hasn't really been
They were
anything
talked about
since.
he'd never play in the league again, but
Right.
Packers still have looming Josh Jacobs concern that must be answered. Ash Cash breaks silence following ex-boyfriend now. Josh Jacobs domestic violence charge. So yeah, I mean nothing really.
Well, yeah, and I think we had quite a bit of mini camps last week. There's some mini camps this week, I think, too. So football is happening. It's just nothing too exciting until we get to training camp in a little over a month.
Yeah. I'm just gonna shit talk the Bears because this is the point where I like to shit talk the Bears.
Yep.
Um,
As you do.
Yeah.
As you do.
As
as
you
one
should.
does, as one does. The amount I don't understand. There's just too much hype around Crying Caleb. I'm literally seeing too much hype for him. Too much. People are saying on the Twitterverse he's going to be an MVP this year, and that he's going to be a top 5 quarterback. That would be one of the biggest jumps in NFL history, considering he's a bottom 10 quarterback in the league. So it'd be interesting if he's able to pull that off. But hedge of the Bears this year, guys. Hedge of the Bears, especially Crying Caleb. I see a regression coming, even in the camps. I watched clips of him. He still looks like the same guy. So he looks dog shit.
Is there a reason the sports books have Caleb Williams at 14-1 to win MVP and Jordan Love at 15-1 to win MVP?
Hype, buddy. Who's number 1? It's probably Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen's like 5-1, Lamar Jackson 6-1, and then Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow are 10-1.
Is Mahomes going to be ready for the beginning of the season?
I thought no, but I mean, this guy's
He might have an accelerated recovery.
Yeah, so
wasn't he playing flag football like a month ago too? Like,
yeah.
If Mahomes misses a couple weeks and still comes back and wins MVP, that would be fucking wild. That would be crazy. I actually saw like a Twitter doctor. I don't know if they're a real doctor, but like some people.
Some of them seem legit.
Yeah, some of them like apparently some people have like this gene that allows them to like heal faster, like when injury happens. Like it's not like a Wolverine gene, right? But like it's a gene that helps accelerate that shit. And this Twitter doctor was like, yeah, with the way Mahomes has been going, it definitely looks like he has that type of gene where he's able to heal slightly faster, considering what the fuck did he do? He fucked up his
He tore his ACL.
No,
MCL.
before that. It was like something like
dislocated his knee.
Yeah, and
that's why he doesn't do any QB sneaks anymore.
Yeah, and he came back like in like a week or two after just doing that. And it was like you're supposed to be out for a month or so,
Well, sometimes like the ligaments can just be inflamed, and if you put a brace on it, you're fine, especially at the NFL level. But
yeah, I mean,
how far away are we from medical technological advances where people are able to get tested and figure out if they got that gene, and then just take some of their shit and then just stem cell it?
Yeah, well, I think there was a girl that was supposed to do that said she could do that by like testing your blood, and then she like went to jail for like 20 years allegedly. So, I mean, I don't know if it's along those lines, but I know there was some big like thing like 10 years ago or like 5 years ago where like you could just prick your finger and like give that much amount of blood, and they'd be able to tell you like what diseases you're prone to getting and all these different things. And it turns out it was a big sham, and she's in prison now. Allegedly.
I was going to say, I was like, Big Pharma wouldn't want that, but yeah. If it's a sham, it's a sham. Who knows?
Talking about Big Pharma.
Yeah. Well, talking about shams, Patrick Mahomes is the lock for comeback player of the year, isn't he?
I think we're going to talk about the Bucks.
I don't know of anybody else that could even come close.
Jaden Daniels, potentially, right? But Patrick Mahomes is 2-1. But like, he got hurt, and I think their 14th game of the year. Let me check. Yeah, their 14th game of the year. But they were 6-8 after that. So like,
they weren't doing too hot. Games. They weren't doing too hot. You could look at their like success after, but I mean, with the Chiefs, everybody loves Patrick Mahomes,
but shouldn't there be some qualifications to that award? As in, like, he missed
Joe Flacco won it over a dude that literally died.
Yeah,
there is zero qualifications, and he came back the next year.
That's true. What a stupid award! Can we just get rid of
it? Listeners, never bet on this award. It's dumb as shit.
I mean, I like the concept of the award, but I do agree there needs to be like more rules and stipulations on like what needs to be done for you to like actually be
Right. Well, like
qualified
Cam
for the award.
Scattaboo, not that I think he's gonna win the award, but like he got hurt
Look out.
early on in the season, right? Like or middle of the season, I forget exactly, but like he missed at least half the season, I believe. So like that is somebody I could see getting a comeback player of the year award. But somebody who misses 3 games, like
Malik Neighbors, watch out.
Yeah,
chill out.
if
Not to you, Sean. Not to you. I'm talking about the award.
I know you're saying.
you said it's 2-1.
Don't get me started about the
Yeah,
Giants.
Patrick Mahomes currently is 2-1 to become
Dude,
comeback
I'm
player
gonna
of the year.
fucking dump my bank account into that. That's a
Right.
wild. Like he's gonna
How
win
is that not free? How is that not free money?
And the NFL loves Patrick Mahomes. The only way he doesn't win comeback player of the year is if somehow, some way he wins
playoffs.
like MVP. I could see
Now-
them if he wins MVP. They could be like, oh, we don't want to give him MVP and C point.
Time
Now-
out. What if Micah Parsons breaks the sack record this year after starting the year on IR, which I believe he will? So he what if Micah Parsons breaks the sack record in like 12 games?
That's just not gonna
So
happen.
there's a lot. I'm just pulling up an article about the possible comeback players of the year, and we got Joe Burrow,
Okay.
which could Kyler Murray,
Nope.
Cam Scattaboo,
Nope.
Mike Evans, who did miss a significant chunk of time, but
Nope.
Our
He's too
boy.
old.
our boy Mr. Cigarette and Bush Light, Tucker Kraft. Revenge season, Tucker Kraft get 2,000 a year receiving yards, comeback player of the year.
Okay, 2K. Yeah.
Nick Bosa,
No.
Fred Warner, which
No.
the Niners suffered a lot when he was gone, so I think they're going to be bouncing back. Travis Hunter, no, out of here, not happening.
No. Like Joe
I don't know,
Burrow and
if-
Patrick Mahomes is all I see.
But that's the sketchiest award to bet on because it could also just, like Brogan said, he missed 3 games and the team already wasn't going to make the playoffs. So if he comes back and like has an above average Patrick Mahomes season, like borderline MVP, I think he might just be in play for some of those other awards rather than comeback player of the year. I don't even know if they're going to offer it after week like 6. It's just
True.
sketchy. It's sketchy. It's like betting on an offshore site. Like, oh, we're going to pull the rug right out under you. You're sorry, this one's just null and void. You're getting nothing.
I don't know. I don't know. The NFL loves Patrick Mahomes, and if he just has like a slightly better year than Joe Burrow, they're gonna give it to Patrick Mahomes because, like, let's just say Mahomes throws for like 3,500 yards and like 29 touchdowns and like 7 interceptions. Right? He's not gonna be like. What was he on pace for last year? Actually, yeah. What was he on pace
Your
for
team
last year?
sucked. It wasn't, honestly, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, he had 3,500 yards through 14 games.
Okay,
So
so he was probably just
if
shy
you
of-
extrapolate that again over
So
the remaining 3 games, yeah, it's 250 a game. So he would have been on pace to finish with roughly 4,400 yards.
Yeah, okay, so that's fucking banger. And they had wasn't Rashee Rice out for majority of the season? And I think Rashee Rice. Oh God, Rashee Rice is.
Rashee Rice eligible?
Yeah, I don't even know if he's gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen with Rashee Rice this year, but
Is he eligible?
I don't think the NFL wants to give him any awards.
Or parole, maybe?
Yeah. I think he did just get out last week.
How many
So-
touchdowns did he throw then? Did you say that? Or did I miss it?
22.
Okay.
So he would have been on pace for like 27, probably
Okay.
28.
Yeah.
And then he threw 11 interceptions. So again, he would have been on pace for like
13.
4,400, 27, and 13 kind of a year.
That's like. That's not bad, especially since like Patrick Mahomes is the NFL's like golden child. They want to give him those awards. You know, like if he has another season like that, the NFL is gonna want to be like, okay, we should just
An average
give him
Patrick
something.
Mahomes season.
Yeah, we should just give him something. You know, so I could totally see him just fucking running away with the comeback.
Some of
player
those
the year.
guys don't like it, though. Didn't Joe Burrow win it a couple of years ago and he just like kind of tossed it off to the side, just didn't like it?
I don't know if he did that or not. And Joe Burrow already won it. So it's just like, I don't know if the NFL wants to give Joe Burrow 2 comeback player of the years.
That's true. Some other major news. Well, I don't know if it's major, but the Brandon Sorsby situation is pretty wild, combining
Oh,
both college football and the NFL.
I'm really fucking pissed about they essentially the higher ups of college education or whatever, not education. College education's a scam, but the college athletics higher ups were kind of bullied this kid into just declaring for the supplemental draft because there was he ruined the integrity of the game by gambling, even though did he gamble on his own team? Well, I don't think, did he?
Yeah, he did. When he was when he was at Indiana, he was the backup.
Oh, yeah.
But
did he have any direct control about it? Probably not. Oh, could he have affected some? Did the teammates love him enough? I don't know about you, but I'm not necessarily going to bat for my backup quarterback and about dropping a couple balls or taking a dive in the A gap and just kind of tripping. So I don't know about if that's necessarily affecting the outcome of the game. But again, the gall of some of these guys. Oh, you ruined the integrity of the sport. Really? You're talking about that after paying players that can't read, faking transcripts. Oh yeah, these guys are going to class. They're college athletes. School comes first. Some of them can't read. Some of them can't even spell their names. They got to get a stamp for the checks that you give them. It's fucking bullshit.
Sean,
I think it's extremely hypocritical. It's so dumb. College athletics is a scam and a half. It's paid labor, thank God, but it's just a fucking sham. It's so dumb.
Nancy Pelosi would agree with you. Insider training isn't a real thing.
Yeah. Is again, God forbid, a college kid. Nick, you remember how broke you were in college?
I'm still living that life, baby.
If you had any pull with the UW Platteville football team, if they were on Calci or some shit, I need you this week, buddy. I need you to take a couple to the house, please. I cannot keep eating Domino's. I mean, I can, but I don't want to.
No, I wanted to.
I know. Brogan Jacket and I saw all the boxes. We know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got the receipts.
Yeah. What's wild to me is how you can just get a court to literally interject itself into anything, because the NCAA comes down and says, yeah, Sorsby, you bet on games. That's against our rules. You can't play anymore. And then you can just file a lawsuit against the NCAA. And then all of a sudden,
it's a public institution, right? Like you're able to do all that shit.
But then also, they scheduled his court date for like 2 weeks after the college football playoffs end, after the national championship. Like, can't we schedule that shit for like fucking November or something? Like, why has it got to be so far out?
Oh, they scheduled the court date for this coming season?
Well, yeah. So like, there was the injunction file. I don't even know if that's the right term, but whatever was like filed by a judge, there's like an actual court date that goes along with that would allowed him to play until that court date where they actually decide what's going on. And that court date was scheduled for like 2 weeks after the national championship would end. I think it should have been like, not necessarily, there's not enough time to get evidence and everything. I don't think it should have been over the summer, but yeah, maybe like September or something. Well, and that's where I disagree with Sean here. Like, if you are betting on your own team, regardless of having insider trading or not, like, you just can't do that, because that opens up too many doors into is he going to split the profits with the starting Indiana quarterback? Like, no, allegedly.
I completely understand it. It ruins the integrity of the game and can muddle and mush everything up. But again, I'm also of a believer that Pete Rose should also be in the MLB Hall of Fame. If they can go back, look at the receipts, if they're all overs and they're trying to beat the fuck out of their opponent, I have zero problems with it. But if God forbid, if there is an under on anything, yeah, he should be suspended.
Who's that NBA player that got suspended like a year or two ago for betting on himself?
Terry Rozier.
Yeah, like, I had zero issue like if you're betting on yourself and you're like saying like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna go fucking.
No, that wasn't
Was it
it. It
bad?
was no, there was a couple of them where he was like $35,000 on just a random bench player getting his under props where he's like, my calf, it's my calf or my ankle. I gotta go in, and he was scratched from the lineup. Yeah, no, get that
Oh,
dude
okay,
out of the
okay,
league.
Well,
okay.
and that's the problem too, though. Like you said, even if you're only going to bet overs, what you might know that the game plan or that somebody's injured, right? Like,
That is
what if,
true.
like, there's just so many what ifs that I don't think
Yeah.
you can bet on your own shit. Now, if Brandon Sorsby wanted to bet on college basketball, like, sure,
Yeah.
do that. But I think there has to be a
Who's to
hard
say
line.
that he's not in bed with the college basketball team though?
He
Who's
could
to say
be,
they're
but
not fucking boys?
right, and again, I think that's why they say you like can't bet on anything. But I think there's a line where like people could be okay with them betting on other things, but once you start betting
Yes.
on your own sport and especially on your own team, it's just like that's a little too much,
Yeah.
in
Well,
my
even with the
opinion.
transfer portal, it's gonna just muddy the waters even more because of how much these guys are just flip flopping. So they can't even bet on their own, can't even bet on other teams because they might have connections with other even in conference players. Like you don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I think everybody's corrupt to an extent, and everybody can be bought, but. Yeah, I don't know because I don't have necessarily a problem with it where it's like just a guy, just not a blue collar kid, but like somebody that didn't come from a whole lot. He's like, yeah, I got some vices here. I'm gonna just gamble. I like doing that shit, but I don't know. It's a little
college
tricky.
college sports were so good in the early 2000s, 2010s. You didn't have the transfer portal. You didn't have sports betting ruining everything. You just had some good old fashioned teams going to war, and I don't know, like college
What was the state of
sports.
the Wisconsin athletics programs in the
Uh,
early 2010s?
Amazing. Melvin Gordon,
Fucking
Monte
fire.
Ball, fucking Chris Borland, JJ Watt, Russell Wilson. Oh my God. And yeah, look at them now. Can't even make a bowl game anymore. But not even that. Like it was always I always enjoyed, seeing a team come together. Like West Virginia with Pat White and Pat McAfee was on that team too. But like obviously I was kind of young for when they were playing, but like seeing a team like that team would not have been assembled, like cannot be assembled today, right? Unless West Virginia just gets a shit ton of money from McAfee to put a team together. Like you just don't see those like organic teams that come out of nowhere and have success.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say.
The issue with that though, unfortunately, like West Virginia, they were it was fun. And all those guys, like again, if they stay there the whole 4 years that they develop, they do the strength and conditioning program, they like eating lunch together, all the team camaraderie. I love it. I'm here for it. Unfortunately, you get some of the evil empire programs that are illegally at the
Yeah.
time paying players, and it's like, oh yeah, how are we going to compete with a five or with essentially a 5-star program if we're just trying to do things the right way? So it really, that's why I don't like to pay the players. It makes it even for everybody, but you do have the essentially bidding wars for these top tier athletes, and
Mm.
it's a mess, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, it just sucks too, because like I don't know, you can always kind of pick now, like the blue bloods and the top teams are always just going to be successful because they're successful, they get money, and it's an unregulated. It's kind of like the Major League Baseball, right? It's just unregulated. You can spend as much money as you want, and the Dodgers are always going to be successful because they have so much fucking money. Not saying they're going to win the title every year, but the Dodgers are making the playoffs. Like I don't know, same. I'll get off my fucking stool here and we can move on. But I hate the state that college sports are in because I used to love college sports more than professional sports, and I think college sports are just in a fucking dumpster fire currently.
It's getting harder and harder. It needs to be regulated because I mean, I think 2 years ago it was like the Wild West. Nobody knew how much they could give. I mean, some of these universities, Wisconsin included, they should be top tier because of wealthy donors,
Mhm.
but I don't fully understand how such an established institution like Wisconsin can be such dog shit at athletics. But oh yeah, we have multiple buildings too. restructure and really just fuck fresh college freshmen on rent and the state of all the housing and everything. But hey, let's get that money and just not invest it anywhere. That's smart.
Well, I think the issue with Madison is that they distribute their money evenly across all sports. That's how they do it. Like they don't
2 tequila shots away from talking about how I feel about that, but we're gonna
yeah, they don't care. Like they're gonna distribute money from tennis to football nearly identically.
Yep.
Which, good, bad, or the other, I think it gives those other programs an opportunity to do something. But at the same time, I mean, what pulls it?
If it was like a lesser, not as major program, or if I was a fan of that, I would be absolutely stoked. And as they should.
Yeah. So.
All right, well, let's move on to something a little bit happier here. UFC Freedom 250 happened over the weekend, as we've already kind of elaborated about. And holy shit, what a card it was. What an atmosphere it was. I know it did have a slight delay to start, but then no issues the rest of the night. I didn't realize that they were going to have like a pit not too far from the White House for just a bunch of people to show up. And I think they said there was like 80,000 people there or something. That looked
it was
electric.
Like the aisle or eyes. I forget
the ellipse, I think.
The ellipse, yes.
Yeah. That was electric. Yeah. I had no idea that was happening.
Sean Strickland came on there and then was escorted out by security and was just put in a van.
Yeah. So, well, then like after the fighters won, someone went over. Like I think O'Malley went over there.
Lopez
Diego Lopez.
Did. Yeah,
Lopez was having a blast.
Yeah,
over
that's
there. Like
incredible.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, what an event from start to finish.
I thought this is the best card in the White House.
Yeah, well, and I'm not trying to glaze it too much because I know whatever. Like it is one of my. It is one of my favorite cards of all time. I think it's better than the Spear personally, even though that event was really cool too. Obviously, having all 7 fights finish with a TKO or knockout helps with that feeling, right? We had no necessarily boring fights that were just 2 guys wrestling the whole time and not really doing anything like there has been in the past. So, Sean, you said you got some notes. Let's go fight by fight. First one, Diego Lopez defeating Steve Garcia by knockout in the second round. Man, Steve Garcia was in control of that fight, wasn't he?
Oh, God. He won the first round. Like it was 10-9 Garcia, in my opinion. Again, that means shit, but I thought he did enough. He was standing in there. I thought he wobbled Lopez at one point. He kind of his knees buckled a little bit, but yeah, at the end of the day, Lopez, it came down to what we all kind of thought it was going to be. Lopez is just a brawler, he'll just maul you, and he got him in the second round, which again, I was really worried about my over, but that hit with about as close as you can get. It was like 10, 13 seconds in, and yeah, at the end of the day, what did I get? 242. So yeah, 12 seconds. 12 seconds after he got the knockout stoppage, he retains his number 2 ranking. I've been bumping his walkout song all week. It's fun time. It's good. Just give it a listen. You get excited to do whatever, even if it's household chores. And yeah, in the second, Lopez kind of looked like he kind of settled in a little bit more. He's like, all right, I got to finish this. And yeah, it was a great way to just start the card off. I did have a couple pluses and minuses for the start of Freedom 250 and the flyovers. If anyone's ever been in a live sporting event where they had flyovers, it's sick as shit. I get chills every
Greatest
time.
use of taxpayer money right there, baby. Best use of taxpayer money right there.
Absolutely. I don't even care. I don't want to know how much it costs. It was sick as hell.
Dude, they always are.
Buffer calling it right away. Before Lopez and everything came out, or once the Lopez and Garcia came out, gives me chills always. And some not talked about enough, but the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song during the low times.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't know why it was there, but I'm glad that it was. So that was pretty cool. One that I was initially mixed on that I came around to was the live walkout songs. I didn't necessarily know how I felt about it right away, but as the card came on, I was sober watching this, so it was a great time. Kind of grew on me. Hearing Justin Gaethje's cut him down or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it came out to, but that was cool.
Good.
The only thing that I had a question mark on was, I think you put it when we were talking, Brogan, the Gypsy King Tyson Fury interview.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
It was cool to see him, but I didn't necessarily love that. I thought that was very odd and pushed. I mean, I didn't get that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that Diego Lopez, I thought Steve Garcia was going to win that. And like the whole hype leading up to this was right. Like Steve Garcia, he's on a fucking massive winning
like a
streak.
5-6 fight win streak. Yeah.
Right. Like he's moving up. And like, obviously if you beat Lopez has lost twice to Volkanovski lately. But like, if he can beat Lopez, then he's like going to be up for a title shot.
Get propelled for a title. Yeah.
Yeah, and Garcia looked so good, and then I just ran into Lopez, unfortunately.
I think I do love my rat-tailed king. I think anybody but Volky Bear and Lopez is going to be the champ. So I'd like to see Volk defend the belt one more time, and then after that, give Lopez another shot.
Well, so that's the thing with Lopez is he's lost in the UFC. He's lost to Volkanovski twice, and I think in his first UFC fight, which like. I think he's
a really good resume.
Yeah, and he's the number one like contender now for the featherweight, Evolov. But so if you're Diego Lopez, right? And they asked him this after the fight, but like, what do you do if you're him? Because you're not going to get the trilogy with Volk. And now Gaethje gets the lightweight title, so if he wants to move up to lightweight's a fucking stacked. Obviously Topuria is going to be out a while, but you still got Sarukian, you got Do Bronx, Charles Oliveira. You got Max Holloway, who's going to be fighting McGregor. You got fucking Conor McGregor. If McGregor beats Holloway, does he get a lightweight title fight because of what he's done for the UFC?
Oh, I will be extremely vocal. I'll be writing to senators. It'll be, I don't know how that'll work, but.
So, yeah, I mean, not to get us off track, and not that it really matters, but, like, I feel bad for Diego Lopez because he is fun to watch. I love watching him fight, but, like, he just has no path to a title fight right now.
No, he is the only fighter I did see multiple times to be fight at UFC 300, fight at the Noche, and then the White House. So the dude's a showman. I absolutely love it. And he puts on a great show every time.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he won all those too because he never fought Volk at any three of those.
Yep.
So,
no, he fought Volk in the land down under, which is just unfair. But come on.
Next one, Bo Nickel defeating Kyle Dawkins. I mean, kind of what everybody expected.
Holy shit. I mean, Kyle Dawkins doesn't necessarily suck, but
no.
Bo Nickel TKO'd him in the first round. And I was happy because he was controlling the round. I thought he was just going to do enough to get the points for the round and maybe finish him in the second, submit him maybe. But then the ref, he was throwing elbows and shit. Like he was doing a lot of work. He had him in half guard, full guard. He could do whatever he wanted, and he was just still like he was getting busy. He was doing work. I don't understand why they stood him up, but I'm glad that they did.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy too. Herzog's just get up, and I'm like, what is going on here? Like,
all the announcers were confused. I didn't understand that at all.
But yeah, you said, it ended up working out well for Nickel too, because then he got the knockout not too much later. And speaking of knockout, the next one. I mean, Ruffy and Chandler, take him out back. He should have been taken out back 3 years ago. Man, I mean, that if it wasn't for Derek Lewis being so out of shape and tired, this fight would definitely be my least favorite on the card because Chandler did nothing.
Chandler still looked lost and out of place.
Ran away and still got fucking knocked out.
I thought he was going to put the gloves down after. He should have put the gloves down after.
It's a travesty he didn't. Because, again, he's not. He dropped out of the rankings for UFC lightweight. So what does the UFC do with him now? Give him his own fight night to fight some fucking chub and then retire?
I mean, that's about the only move. Unless you fight like a 12 through 15 to get back in the rankings. But, I mean, there's no shot at him as a title. I did see one that would be sick, could be a retirement fight for either of them, would be him versus Renato Moicano. Or Moicano.
Yeah.
That would be somebody's eating the ground. It's gonna be that'd be a nice scrap. That should be a retirement. It should be loser leaves town. But
Yeah, well, and then speaking of eating something, I mean, Derek Lewis, listen, love Derek Lewis. He's done a lot for the UFC, but that was such a rough showing against Josh Hokett. And the broadcast, I think, like the lead up to that fight, they do like the little pre-thing. I don't even know what it's called, but they like show you like a video on each fighter, right? And I think the one on fucking Lewis was how like this is his best fight camp ever, and like he hasn't skipped a day or anything. He looked fucking terrible in the
he
cage.
should have took some time off.
Oh my gosh, like
He looked I don't even know where to start with that. Like Hokett was able to just come in quick, like do a couple jabs and then just back off. And Lewis just had he threw, the power was there, and if it would have connected, but it was so off target, it wasn't even close, where Hokett was like, what are we doing here? There was one time, I think, where Hokett went for like a leg kick and fell over, where it could have been, if there was like any kind of quick twitch, Lewis might have been able to get him, but the boys lost lost any kind of speed.
yeah.
And I mean, I love Lewis money line in the next fight, because it's going to be close to plus money, and it's going to be somebody else climbing up the rankings. And this is not a great version of Hokett. I mean, he couldn't even do an arm bar, and he still won.
Yeah. I'm not even like a jiu-jitsu guy at all, but when I saw Hokett like going for that arm bar, I'm like, there's no way, like he's just hugging his arm. Like I could even tell that like that was not going to work.
He had no idea what he was doing.
Right, and I've never trained jiu-jitsu, and I could tell like that doesn't look like that's doing anything.
It's physics.
So,
you got to get a little torque.
Right. So the other thing that kind of I didn't realize until it happened, like they added that fight late to the card. Why did they throw it right in the middle? Like because they knew it was going to be shit and they didn't want it to like lead off the card with that, or like
that makes sense. Like if it was
question.
a shit fight,
I would personally, I think because people were so mad about the Chandler Hoofy fight, maybe they were like, yeah, this could be a good spot for it. People are still going to be upset, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it leads right into a way better card or way better fight after.
Right, and that's just what I was going to say too, Sean, with Sean O'Malley knocking out Amin Zahibi with that right hand from Sugarland or whatever Sean O'Malley says. Listen, I'm glad O'Malley got the knockout. The last couple fights he's won have been by points, and yeah, to see him get that knockout. Did you guys see too the salute he did? I'm sure you did, Sean, but
multiple times.
The salute he did when Zahibi was like falling to the ground. Just sweet. There's some people saying that fight was stopped too early, which I don't get, because if you look in the background, Zahibi tries to stand up and falls back over. So yeah, there were some people saying like Zahibi got robbed or he got stopped way too early. It's like this dude had no idea where he was.
I'd have a bigger time like with that. Maybe I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it was closer to like 70-30 if he didn't try and leg kick him for 85% of the fight.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, because I love Joe Rogan as a UFC announcer. I think a lot of times he's really good at announcing UFC fights.
As do I.
That fight was so fucking annoying because Sean O'Malley was controlling the whole fight, and all Zahibi was doing fucking inside leg kicks. And every time Zahibi did it, fucking Joe Rogan's like, "Oh my god, like look at that's another inside leg kick, another inside leg kick. Oh, Zahibi, he's hitting so many inside leg kicks. Sean's compromised." And it's like, never was Sean compromised, but Joe Rogan was acting like Zahibi was doing so much damage with these fucking leg kicks. It was unreal.
And that's like that's a thing in a 15-minute round or a 15-minute fight if it does go to decision. Like, yeah, eventually, maybe in round 3 or even like a championship fight, maybe like the 18th minute, maybe the 22nd minute or something. So maybe you might get like a knee buckle or like the leg just puts so much pressure on it, you're not going to be able to deliver that knockout punch. But O'Malley's been in the thick of it. He's had multiple title fights at this point in his career. He knows what he can take, and clearly it didn't affect him that much. He was able to plant on that leg and deliver a fucking haymaker.
Well, that's what I was confused about. Is like you obviously see that happen in fights where people do get like fucked up from those leg kicks, but never like Zahibi kept throwing it, but I'd never looked like O'Malley was stumbling around or anything.
No,
Like,
and I don't know if his plan was the long game there, like, oh, I'll get him in the third round, because like he lost the first round. I thought
yeah.
O'Malley looked stupid or just incredible, and then he got him at the second round knockout, so he was still fresh enough.
Yeah, and Zahibi threw 6 punches that landed in that entire fight. Otherwise, 26 leg kicks, but
Yeah.
six punches that land. Like, how are you ever going to win a fight like that? So, yeah, happy for O'Malley. Obviously, I think it's well known that I am an O'Malley fan myself. But yeah, Sean O'Malley said it too after the fight. Like, could you imagine how fucking shitty it would look on O'Malley too if he would have lost to a Canadian at the White House? Not good, but
No, it's O'Malley's got that. He's moving well right now. Knocked out a Canadian on the White House lawn. I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
Next one, which there's a lot of controversy around. Cyril Gahn knocks out Alex Pieta in the second round as well. Sean, I am glad that you waited to tell me about Gahn being an absolute lock until after I locked Pieta on this podcast, because you were all over Gahn's going to win, especially at your bachelor party. And
I told you this.
you just
I
let
told
me
you
walk
this
right
last
into the
week.
fire.
I told you this last week.
Not soon enough, because I locked it.
There was plenty of audio on it. No, we absolutely talked about this. Yeah, the more like Gahn had more strikes and damage done, I thought, in the first round, enough to get him at least a 10-9. And then dropped him. Thought he was going to get out of it, at least for Pereira, but did not happen.
Why did he not get out of it, Sean?
Well, some may say, again, there was at least 2, maybe 3 illegal elbows or illegal strikes, and all it takes is one. Completely understand that, and then you go night-night. But I still think that Pereira was at least, like, he knew where he was at, like, while that was happening. So nothing like shut the lights out.
Yeah. Well, I just got to say, I'm not a fan of Cyril Gahn at all. He pokes Tom Aspinall in the eye, and then he hits Alex Pieta in the back of the head. Fuck Cyril Gahn. Go back to France with Victor Wembanyama, and just stay over there with your croissants and shit.
Well, I will say that, I didn't feel great betting a Frenchman. And I did that. I did 2 different parlays of nice proportions where it was everything went according to plan. I was split between Gahn and Aspinall, so I just did both. And then the next last fight on the card fucks me.
Go into that one. Ilya Topuria and Justin Gaethje, the main event of the evening, lightweight title unification bout. And what a war it was. Justin Gaethje obviously came out on top at the end of round 4 when Topuria's corner said it's over. But that fight was a war throughout. I was impressed with Justin Gaethje was throwing bombs at Topuria, and it seemed like he was connecting pretty well, and Topuria was just eating them. I mean, obviously Topuria's face showed the aftermath, but Topuria never really got too stumbled in the cage from any of those punches.
No, I think it just closed one of his eyes, and it must have been a strong eye because, once that closed, it looked like Gaethje was just able to keep hitting him with the jab. I mean, the aftermath of that fight, his face looked mangled.
Yeah, fucked up. Yeah. Well, and in round 2, everybody's talking about it, but Topuria hits Justin with that uppercut to the body. And even watching that live, when I saw that hit, I was I felt it in my own side. I was like, holy fuck, right to the liver. And the speed Topuria has.
Liver shots, man. Liver shots will get you.
Apparently Adrian doesn't do great.
Yeah. But the speed Topuria has, I know he shows that off, but holy shit. He's just so quick with his punches, and all out war. Honestly, seeing Gaethje win at the White House you couldn't ask for a better storybook ending to that card. And it's probably part of the reason why I am such a big fan of this UFC card and saying it's the best of all time. Gaethje's walkout from the Oval Office.
You see him attempt to read the Declaration of Independence.
Oh my god, yeah. And afterwards he said it's in a different language.
Just old English, dude. It's not a different language.
But I mean, just such a storybook ending. I loved every second of it. I wish Topuria could have kept going, but I totally get based off the way he ended up that I don't know. Some people are saying Topuria quit. There's no quit there.
I don't
Like
think so. No,
the
I think it
fact
was
he
just.
survived that long is unbelievable. With that
Well,
amount of damage.
I'm more surprised that so we got the score like the official scorecards. None of the scorecards meant shit because it never came down to a decision for any of the 7 fights. But I was very surprised that it wasn't at least like split for round 1. I gave it to Topuria 10-9, but it was I thought it was extremely tight, and Topuria I thought did more damage rather than
Yeah.
some of the jabs, and I thought he controlled a pretty decent amount of the pace. But I thought it would have been at least split going into the 5th round, and I thought Gaethje was going to do enough to get it there, but I guess not. So I was more surprised that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think Topuria did win that, but I'm glad the judges didn't come into effect in any of these fights because
Yes.
it was electric seeing all of them end in knockouts. So
Also, the Justin Gaethje, he's going to fucking be paralyzed. He's the backflip off of the top part of the octagon, and then stumbling, and he just like ragdolls and damn near falls on his head again. I don't understand what the fuck he's doing there. He's,
Yeah.
it's, like,
It's called
Topuria
showmanship,
didn't
man.
get him, but-
It's called
his
showmanship.
showmanship. Did you see it?
No, I didn't. Not at all.
Look
I
it-
got to watch
look it
none
up.
of it.
No, look up after Justin Gaethje wins. He fucking lands on his neck. It's like some WWE shit.
yeah, it was crazy. Like, yeah, not the thing you totally. I mean, he did land on his feet first, so he kind of
Right, and then he
rolled into
fell,
his
and then
neck.
he just jumps.
Yeah.
Why? Why do that when your momentum's carrying you backwards?
That's Justin Gaethje. That's how you survive against Topuria, I guess. I mean,
That is true. And then he gave a shout out to his moms and dads. He said, I get this tough. My mom's Mexican. I get this toughness from her. My dad's
Yeah.
German. I got this thick ass skin and skull or some shit.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, I thought it was a 10 out of 10 card.
I thought it was
Even with-
wonderful.
Even with the Hokett Lewis fight, maybe not living up to the hype, and also Chandler just being fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Still,
That's why they
I
throw
mean,
up some of these layups here.
right. It was still a great fight, and you know, what's coming next on July 11th?
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
The King is back, July 11th versus Max Holloway.
It'd be great.
Hell yeah.
And the way these UFC main cards are going, I know I sent you boys the thing. The UFC main events are 3-3 when the dogs are like plus 200 or more. So Sean Strickland won twice, and then Gaethje just won. So can the return of the Mac make it 4? We shall see.
We shall see. All right. Anything else we should cover before we hop into some dogs for this week?
I don't think so. It's just a good event. I was trying to think though, the last time that there's been a UFC like either a main card or prelim that's just all ended on knockouts. And
Yeah,
I
I mean,
cannot think of any.
I don't know. Yeah. I can't. Stats department can maybe look it up, but yeah. Looking at our dogs from last week, not great. Dogs have been kind of quiet lately.
Yeah.
We'll say, but that just means they're going to start barking again here with the start of this week. So, yeah, I guess I can go first. My dog for this week is going to be Matt Fitzpatrick to win the U.S. Open at plus 220, so 22-1 for Matt Fitzpatrick. Listen, he's played good in every tournament he's played in this year, pretty much. I don't think he's missed a cut yet this year. He's played well in majors. Shinnecock's going to be tough where they're having the U.S. Open.
Come again?
Shinnecock.
Huh.
All right.
Yep. Bussy
I was
and
about to
Shinnecock
say.
in the same episode. Yep. And Heavenly. Anyways, Shinnecock is just going to chew people up. It's windy and stuff. I think Brooks Koepka won there in 2018 and his like winning score was 1 over. So this probably won't be this will be a rock fight, as Sean likes to say. And we'll see who comes out on top. And I think Matt Fitzpatrick is going to do it because he's been kind of due with how well he's been playing this year. So yeah, Matt Fitzpatrick 22-1 to win the U.S. Open.
All right. Fair enough. Nick, do you have any?
No dogs.
All right. Works for me. I will be transitioning back to the UFC, and let's see. Ideally, he's still on the card. Hell yeah. We got Andre Touchy-Feely money line at plus 230, taking on can I say the name?
Oliveira. Vinicus.
Vinicus Oliveira. And I mean, 23-4, you got to respect it. There's a reason that he's a plus 230 dog. So we'll see. Featherweight, lighter guys. Maybe the punches land. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. Well, yeah, those dogs will definitely be barking. Little over 2-1 there, and 22-1. It's gonna be sweet when both of those cash later this week. Speaking of cashing, let's get into our locks. And Nick, since you're just cashing all the money, do you want to lead us off with your locks for this week?
Yeah, we're going back to the well with McElroy. I know he failed us last time.
It worked so well.
Yeah, it worked so well last time. It'll definitely work this time, am I right? It's a major, so he's going to be trying. I don't know. This is just one of those ones where the guy, he's going to be out there doing his best, and there's no way his pride and ego is going to allow him to end out anywhere outside of the top 10. And that's at plus 104. Next one is the World Cup Mexico money line at plus 105. Mexico is hosting South Korea. We kind of talked about it before the pod. Mexico loves their fucking football, right? They love their soccer. They love their football. They're going to show up. They're going to show out. And the elevation at Mexico City is like over 7,000 feet. And South Korea is just over 100 feet. And for those who don't know or have never been to like elevation like that, that's a lot. Okay. They're professional athletes. They're definitely trained and whatnot. But oxygen is oxygen, baby. Okay. Once you are deprived of oxygen and you don't specifically train for that type of environment, if you don't train for the anaerobic portion of soccer, essentially how Mexico always plays at their own home field, it's going to be really tough for those players to acclimate and really do their best. So I could easily see South Korea having to sub in and out a lot of their best players just to keep them fresh. While Mexico is going to be able to keep those players in longer because they're more acclimated to that type of altitude. So it really does matter. And
One quick note. Stats department let you down when we were talking about this earlier. This game is actually being held at Estadio Akron in Guadalajara, Mexico. So it's only going to be 5,100 feet above sea level, almost a full mile. Okay. The Mexico team normally plays at Azteca Stadium in Mexico City, which is 7,300 feet. So still almost a mile high, but they are playing in Guadalajara this time, which is not as high as Mexico City.
Okay.
But still almost a mile.
Yeah, so either way, the altitude's really going to make a difference. So I could easily see Mexico running away with this one at plus 105. That one's kind of a banger. Now, we're going to go back to the well of the WNBA. Alicia Gray, under 1.5 3-pointers, okay? Now, you guys are like, who the fuck, what the fuck, why the fuck? Okay.
Exactly.
Yep.
Bingo.
Alicia Gray plays for the Fever. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. No, for the Dream. My apologies. She plays for the Dream. My apologies. She plays for the Dream. Sorry.
I'm glad
trick question.
Yeah. She plays for the Dream. Okay. Last week, she went 5-9, shooting 55.6% from three-pointer. From three-point.
No way.
Holy fuck.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
What a banger-ass game from her. Okay, regression time, baby. So the, let me get these right first off. Okay, so the Fever have pretty good perimeter defense. I think they have a top half perimeter defense team. Additionally, when you are looking at her stat lines, when you're looking at Alicia Gray's stat lines and watching her 3-point shooting percentage, she is fucking hot and cold. Okay, she very first beginning of June for the past, what is this, 6 games, she went 3-9, 0-4, 1-2, 0-1, 1-3, and
2
now
hours later.
5-9. Okay, you have to let. Okay, all right. You guys can talk about UFC for fucking 2 years. Let me talk about my WNBA bets. All right.
It's their moneymaker. What do you mean?
Oh,
This is my moneymaker.
This guy stinks.
This is my moneymaker. All right. When I have a historically really good average when it comes to betting the WNBA, I feel really, really good about this one. Really hit that under for her 3-pointers, and then we're doubling down on that for the parlay of the week. Fuck you.
All
I'm
right.
just Sean. What are you locking this?
I can let you and Jack talk about the fucking NBA for 2.5 hours. Can't talk about
You
women's
can
sports.
get on board.
Do you have
can
an
get on
issue
board,
with women's
buddy.
sports?
You can get on board. NBA is peak. All right. So
What are we doing?
I don't even
I'm
know
waiting
what
for you to
say
fucking
this.
say. Go, start doing your bets, bro.
All right. So first one, we got Mariners money line. This game is tonight. They're taking on the Orioles. We got George Kirby on the mound at home. Mariners are subpar. Or not Mariners. Orioles are subpar. Mariners are good. End of story. Good enough to be in first place in the West, which sucks, but whatever. Next one, we got World Cup. We are moving on to a Friday where the U.S. plays Scotland. And give me U.S. money line parlayed with over 1.5 goals scored. I think the USA is going to be a wagon. Look for them to at least cover that on their own. And as long as the tie is not in play, U.S. should be able to get that done. Next one is going to be the UFC. We got the main event. We got Manel Cop Starboy going against Navajo Sterling. Or not Navajo Sterling. Navajo Sterling money line. Sorry, it's been a long day. So Cop money line, Sterling money line, that is plus 103. And then the last one we got for my parlay of the week, Morocco money line minus 135. They're playing, I already forgot who they're playing. It don't matter.
Scotland.
They're playing Scotland. Who's the USA playing?
The USA is playing Australia.
Oh yeah. No Volky Bear to save you on short notice there. So give me US to cover that shit. Give me Morocco money line at minus 135. And those parlays of the week were Morocco money line, Alicia Gray under 1.5 threes, and Mexico money line. Parlay those three together, it's plus 551. That is a nice ROI or return on investment. Let's get that done.
Yeah. Should I do the rest of my picks, Nick?
No.
Oh shit! I thought you went.
No. We can just wrap it up. We can just wrap it up there now.
All right. Well, that's the pod. Some bets will cash. Some will turn into regrets.
Did
All
I
right,
get your
no.
watch? Did I miss that?
No, you didn't do it. I went first.
I kind of zoned out.
Yeah, I could tell the WNBA you weren't loving it, which is why I'm also locking WNBA. I'm going to take the Atlanta Dream money line over the Indiana Fever. Why am I doing that? Well, the Fever kicked the Dream's ass, beat them by 12 in the first matchup. I think the Dream are coming for revenge. I've heard some rumblings that Caitlin Clark and the Fever coach do not get along, and Angel Reese is superior to Caitlin Clark, so she's going to get it done for the Dream. Next one, U.S. Open. It's talking about how tough Shinnecock was. The
Shit on what cock?
correct. The winning total score is going to be under 278.5 shots. Now, you're probably like, what the hell does that mean? Well, par, if somebody was to shoot even par for all 4 rounds, they would shoot 280 shots. So we just need the winning score to be 2 under. That's easy money, right? Easy money. This course is super tough. Like I said, the last time the U.S. Open was here, Brooks Koepka Kepka won, and I believe he shot 1 over. So that would be 3 shots. That would be 281. That'd be too many. But somebody's going to go 2 under. Hopefully it's Rory McIlroy. And then, like Sean, I'm also going to the UFC, and I'm taking Cape and Magomedov, both money line parlayed together, also at plus 104. I think Cape's going to get done just like Sean. And if you have anything that rhymes with Magomedov in the UFC, probably a decent chance that they're going to get it done as well. And then, yeah, as Sean said, in the parlay of the week, I'm going to take Mexico money line because my friend Nick told me it was a good bet to take this week.
Yep. Straight
All
out
right.
the horse's mouth.
Yep. So yeah, like Sean said, parlay of the week of Morocco money line, Alicia Gray under 1.5 threes, and Mexico money line is going to net you a little over 5.5 to 1, which is going to be lovely. And I really hope Mexico does not fuck this up because I would hate to fuck up the parlay of the week 2 weeks in a row.
Why not?
3 weeks in a row. I've already done it 3 weeks.
I don't know why you're backing the horse that is coming off a 4-0 week, though.
Yeah.
It's just nothing else.
All right, put your money on the Koreans. Put your money where your mouth is. All right. Anything else, boys? Looks like Sean's tapped out.
These shots are getting to me on a semi-empty stomach. So what can I say?
All right. Well, that's the card for this week. Some bets will cash, some will turn into regrets. But either way, we ride. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll be back breaking it all down next week. Bet smart, and if it misses, take the shot. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.